Yo, what up guys, Magic IQ here, and welcome to another Need for Speed Unbound video. Today I have a rebuilt car by Qbuilt. He originally built this car about 6 or 7 months ago. It was the 911 Carrera GTS in A+ class, using a completely different motor, had a lot of horsepower, a lot of torque. The numbers were good, but the performance on this one is just a slight bit better, especially for today's updates and kind of how that motor has really good numbers, but it just doesn't seem to put down the power as well as this one does. So I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Let's aim for 60 likes today. I appreciate you guys so much for all the love you guys show on the Need for Speed Unbound videos, and let's get straight into it. So as you guys see, I have this influence race livery here. I don't remember who made the original version of this livery, which was just green with black and white, but I decided to go ahead and take my spin on it, made the inside carbon, did some fading on the hood and the front bumper, and kind of made it 2 different colors on each side, and I really like it. So let me know if you guys want me to make some more liveries for the entire community to be able to use, and I'll go ahead and share this one as well. And I appreciate you guys so much for showing so much support on all these videos that have been coming out recently on the crew as well. So make sure you guys are following the channel and leaving a sub, because at 10,000 subs or 100 subscribers over on Twitch, we will be doing a giveaway for a gold edition of the Crew Motorfest. So make sure you guys do stay tuned for that. I really appreciate you guys. Now let's get straight into this build without wasting any more time. So now, instead of running the 3.8 liter V6 that we used to run, we are running the 3.5 liter V6 this time. We've also tested with the 3 liter inline 6. It just doesn't put down the power and get to that top speed as quickly as this one does. It's very, very good, super consistent, and also has a much better low end than the 3.8 liter V6 and has a much better mid-range. Now, getting into the engine parts on this thing, we have a sport induction, sport ECU, sport fuel system, and we have a super exhaust and an elite screw supercharger, as well as a sport bottle of nitrous. Now, Qbuilt has another build where he drops about 5 horsepower for a pro bottle of nitrous, but both of these builds are very good. I just prefer to go off burst NOS, and I personally like a little bit more power on my builds. Now, the suspension is Elite Road suspension here with Pro brakes, which comes stock on the car, and Elite Drift tires. Now, the reason we're using drift tires instead of, I've used a combination of on-road tires and regular suspension, is because at 50% drift, this car finally starts to feel a little less stiff. If you go any lower than 50% drift, it honestly starts to feel a little bit too understeery, like most of the Porsches do in this game. Now, for the clutch, we have a sport clutch and a sport 5-speed gearbox for the transmission, and the differential is Elite as well. Now, we also have 7-speed versions of this build with about a little bit less horsepower on the other motor. It's cool, but the 7-speed is just a little bit annoying to use. I really prefer having that lower gearbox with the higher top speed, and that's why this motor is better than that 3.8 liter V6, at least nowadays, because less gears, is probably better, especially because we're no longer launching in 4th, because with the 7-speed build before, you'd probably be launching in 4th and just have 3 gears to play with. Now it's a lot easier to have a gearbox with less gears, and it's a lot more efficient in terms of driving anyway. So we already went over the fact that it has elite diff and obviously nitrous grip and drift auxiliaries as always. Now, for the stats on this build, since we actually didn't talk about it yet, we have a top speed of 175 miles per hour, which does get up to 181 with 3 bar of nitrous, or rev tech about to 177. 0 to 60 is 3.3. The quarter mile is 11.2, and the horsepower number is 604, and the max torque is 678 foot-pounds of torque. Okay, so very, very good numbers on this build. Now, for the handling stats on this, we have 50% drift, as mentioned before. You can go a little bit higher if you need it to be a little bit less stiff. The steering sensitivity is right in the middle for me, and I did 2 clicks to the left on downforce. So, 2 clicks to the left from the middle, and you do have the downforce number that I am using. If you go any lower, you will go into S class, so just be aware of that. Traction control is off, and drift entry is gas or brake tap on this build for myself. So I hope you guys enjoy. I've realized that running less downforce on the Porsches with more drift is a great way to make them feel more maneuverable and less understeer heavy, and they really feel less sluggish with that kind of setup on the car. Qbuilt did an amazing job with this build once again, killing it all around the board. This build is super consistent and a lot of fun to use. It does have a little bit of a skill ceiling. He thinks it has a bigger skill ceiling than the 180SX. He actually thinks there's a bigger skill gap. Me personally, this car fits my driving style better than the 180SX, so I think it's easier. I think it's going to depend on which car fits your driving style more. I thought the 180SX was very difficult in the fact that it was super snappy and oversteer heavy. This car is kind of the opposite, but I like the feeling more and I feel more comfortable in this vehicle. So you guys can make the decision on what feels best for you. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, and I would definitely say that this is a top 5 car in the class. So I hope you guys enjoy. It's been Magic IQ, and I'll see you guys in the next video, and I'm out. Peace.